Fuck your feelings.
The visuals.
I watched. There was one with Vaughn DeCar.
Oh yeah. That was a spicy
and the
episode.
chick who gets on my fucking nerves.
London.
She gets on my nerves because
You want us to start or don't start? We can start.
I'll start. I mean, the reasons I could say why she got on my nerves, bro.
Okay. Tell us why. London Hughes got on your nerves.
Not. I can't say
Specifically.
I can say specifically. I'm very specific.
What she did?
We ain't started yet, did we?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. We
We're
don't
recording, but we ain't
we
start.
recording. But if you don't want to use this, we don't have to use this, and we can start.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Oh, go for it. What is? Go for it. It's a rolling start. Then go for it.
Yeah.
Nah. The reason was it was like there was a eliteness about her, and not accepting the fact that it was your British accent is the reason they latched onto you, but it's not because you were just some destroying monster comic that came from overseas. A lot of British actors and British comedians get play in America because we like something that's exotic, but it's not a matter of, oh, you're good. Just like if there's gay people that, well, because I'm gay and that's it. It's like, no, you have to be talented too. You can't get a pass, just like niggas can't get a pass just gonna be in black.
Right.
We got to be super good.
Yeah, we talked about that on her episode, just about, do she feel British actors kind of get on because of the accent? Because I feel like the casting directors in Hollywood, they're just so impressed.
Right.
Do an accent.
That
They're
you can do an
"Oh my
accent.
God."
You sound like me at a barbecue.
Right. But no, I don't know London, and I'm not shitting on her success. I'm not being chauvinistic. It's just that some of the stuff I've seen her very like elitist, like, well, I got this going on. No, I got this going on. No, I got this going on. And I go, and it's not her fault.
Right.
It's more the industry's fault because the industry has a tendency to latch on the motherfuckers that they don't really, it don't matter if you're talented or strong. It's like, well, you know what? I like him.
Right.
And then I see other people working their ass off. And not even include me, because I know my time, I mean, I made money, and my time's kind of not, I know where I'm at, but I mean, I'm still getting the bag, and I still enjoy doing comedy.
Shang, man, we here, man. Hey, fuck your feelings, the greatest podcast to ever exist.
Ever,
man. Yeah, man. Yo, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the clips, man. Tell your friends and homeboys and fam about it. We got Jennah Brittany in the building, a.k.a. Miss J. We got David Murphy, a.k.a. Murph.
Yep.
Dirty Murph.
Dirty Murph.
Dirty Murph.
Do anybody ever call you Dirty Murph?
No, God, no.
But it happened today. Because this is the best podcast in the history of all podcasts.
And then we got Shang Forbes. But you just go by Shang, right?
Just Shang, yeah.
But that's a fire last name.
Yeah.
Forbes.
Yeah. The reason is some comic, long back in the day, some comedy club was like, you should use one name like Sting and Cher and Shang. And it stands out when you put it on a billboard. Just Shang, bro.
Shang.
And I'm young. I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
We gonna do that. And again, I want to make sure that I don't piss off any of the people that are London. What's your London
Hughes?
Hughes fans. No, I know. I watched it and I was sitting there going, there's an elitist attitude, and I'm going, you can't fuck with half the dudes I know or women that I know are comics. Don't.
It was a spicy episode, and it was spicy. We had a spicy episode.
What's spicy mean?
Spicy, like friction.
Sex? Oh,
friction.
okay.
With G-Thing.
With G-Thing. Yeah.
Oh, G-Thing was
Vaughn.
on?
Not as
Not
much
with Vaughn, but
Vaughn.
it was more G-Thing in London.
G-Thing in London were,
Vaughn who?
Vaughn
Roberts?
DeCarlo.
Okay.
DeCarlo or DeCarlo?
DeCarlo.
DeCarlo, yeah.
I kind of know.
Very, very cool comedian, man. Very
Just got
nice.
spicy a little bit.
It got a little spicy. It got a little, because, and I'm going to tell you where it stemmed from. It stemmed from London showed up late. And I know Shane showed up late today. So London, if you're watching this, fuck Shane.
Yeah, but you know what? I continuously text you very apologetic because I am not. That is not my normal, thing I do.
Yeah. So that's what happened. And so yesterday, shout out to Anye. I don't know if y'all know Anye Malik.
Yeah.
He gave me this yesterday. This is the first piece of merch somebody that gave me on the podcast.
Okay,
I feel like
nice.
we're coming up on
Yeah.
Jenna, we about to get to your sugar. We about to get to your sugar, sweetie pie. I feel like I'm canceled somehow. But
I didn't like what you said.
Anye showed up late yesterday, and Rod Kells was here. And so they kept going back and forth.
Right.
So it was almost a similar thing with the London episode.
And
G, you know, it was like she showed up late, and then people were like, "Yo, man, you impeded on my time, man." And people, you know, so
yeah, some people got stuff to do.
Jennah,
Yeah.
you do.
Listen, I was just catching up.
You ever do stand up? Have you ever done stand up?
So, you know, no. But I have done a lot of live performance, and it was so interesting. I was actually having a conversation with Too Short.
Damn.
Long story.
Wow.
One night.
Hot Shaw.
Met
Little
him.
light flicks.
And
I ain't never talked to Too Short.
I have, but wow.
Random, don't know him, met him one night at an event. And yeah, he was just telling me about the fact that I should consider myself a stand-up comedian because of the way that I perform, I'm still performing on stage. So he told me to stop saying that because a lot of my performance first came in music. And so I started as a singer, and that's how I discovered I was funny. I would tell the stories of how the songs came about. People would laugh. And so I'm like, all right, well, this is a thing, but it was all about music. So keeping that formula with my characters and things like that, because you guys, you know, do it the way you do it, I never saw myself in that light. But now I'm learning that I would love to tackle the stage the way that I know how to do things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because, you know, like Tangerine is somebody. You know Tangerine?
I do know Tangerine.
You know,
I love Tangerine.
she's someone that's like naturally funny and then finally started doing stand-up and doing really well at it. So, because anyway, don't know, Jennah does a lot of online content, you know, and be popping like that. Here's a question I had, too, about the online stuff, which is, because Rod Kills brought this up yesterday, and I thought it was an interesting point. When you're building relationships based off of Vine, did you do Vine too?
Very briefly.
But more so Instagram?
More so Instagram.
Did you consider those people genuine friends? Do you feel like you could building like a genuine friendship, or do you like, no, these are just like people that I'm connecting with for the sake of building my following?
So my situation was very different. I actually did not spend most of my time collaborating with other influencers. When I moved out here, you know, we were auditioning and acting, and I met other actors just as yourself. So we already kind of had our own crew of aspiring entertainers. So I decided to use the talented people that I knew that would help me with my creative ideas, because I would think left about a lot of things in terms of concept. And so I kind of stuck with them along the way. So I didn't really get the opportunity to collaborate with a lot of people. I mean, I love their work, but no, they weren't my friends. I think, you know, and particularly if you don't really find that tribe, you know, that's when your content, you know, may die off. Like I'm still reposting stuff from 92.
Right? Did you ever want to punch one of them in the throat?
My friends,
Because since you ain't friends with them.
Oh, if I'm not friends with like the other
people, the other
yeah, and I tried the environments, and it was very political. Like I remember I was at a shoot one time, and they had us organized according to followers, and I was like, well, this isn't it. And I found myself to be a very cool person. Like naturally, I was like, you know how when you just cool,
right?
Yeah.
So like when you see people trying to be cool, and you like, oh, you wasn't cool when you was growing up, so now you getting cool.
Drake.
Okay.
You know what? Hey, hold up. Was that a light skin thing, man? No, I'm just curious because the influencers, a lot of them, I want to beat them with a bag of dicks. Not that I know where you buy bags of dicks, but I'm saying if I could.
What's the beef? What's the beef with the
my
influence?
beef? No. No, I've worked with some influencers. Like again, if you got your following, you got a huge following, fantastic. Get your skills up. It's like don't come in my arena, and I consider comedy my arena, stand up my arena, and say you're a stand up. Say you're a stand up you're working on it, but you're not a stand up. You're not a headliner. And what the social media does, it elevates them to headliner status. Yeah. And I've been on shows with some of these cats that got 5 minutes. They got 5 minutes, and you're supposed to be the headliner, and you're getting blown off the stage by hey, okay, it's gonna be Earthquake, Lavelle Crawford, then you, but you got 17 million followers, so we're gonna, and then they go up and they eat giant bags of dicks on stage. Second reference to bag of dicks, and then you know I go well, and people still want to come see them, and it's not again just like I'm saying with London Hughes, because I don't know her. hope she make as much money in life as possible, where she can buy dwarfs.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, it's the industry's fault.
New form of slavery.
Yeah,
buying dwarfs.
Get up on that table and make me something.
Oh Lord.
No, but I'm saying you're gonna get canceled. But no,
These are the words of shame.
Yeah. Make sure that you.
Shout out to my little people community.
Yo, I love y'all.
Yeah.
Yo, I love y'all, man. I'll be seeing y'all like rolling 6 at a time.
Get out of here.
Jeez Louise. What? So this is what I'll be thinking too, though. So I know we starting to post like content more so, right, to build a following, because like you saying, like you gotta have followers to get booked at these comedy clubs. It's not about who's funny anymore. It's like they just concerned about
that comes second now.
That comes second now. It's like, how many followers can you get asses in the seat,
right,
and then are you funny? But that being said, this is what I was thinking about you, Shane. Do you post your stand up every day?
I'm just starting to post more stand up, but I mean, I'm
Hear me out. This is my,
I'm shooting a bunch of sets. I'm gonna cut them up.
There you go.
Post them all.
I was having that thought about you today. I said, man, Shane has been doing stand up for so long. I'm sure
98 years.
98 years.
And I second that. I totally agree with that. Like I'm telling you, even like old content,
exactly,
like, still to this day. And you know, I got stuff like from 2016.
And you posted?
Yep.
Things where I was at the peak of, you know, I guess Instagram influencership.
Right.
And today, whereas I don't necessarily have the capacity to film and do things as much as I was, we were creating timeless content that today was still relevant.
Yeah.
Cool.
So because all that timeless content, which I'm sure you probably have,
I have a lot.
just in terms of your experience,
right,
like I tell people how important social media is, and it's not even the consistency. It's really about the quality. Like people think the consistency is it, but I have a platform that has survived for over 7 years, and I have not been the most consistent. It's about the quality, and I can just tell from meeting you how funny you are.
Right.
Oh,
so
if
nice this little bit right here, this little 1 minute bit he cut up, people get your personality.
Yeah.
Who is this man?
Right.
We want him. All right. Well, maybe he'll host and then headline and then this and then, like, how are we gonna get this done? Like, so I agree. I agree with that.
Well, I mean, I've worked with you.
Yeah.
You're
funny. Yeah. Shane, I have so much respect for Shane. I've seen Shane when I was.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What hooker?
No, you know, we did a show. Just for the record,
she used to do.
I'm gonna put that out there, but no,
she was on meth.
But she not on meth no more.
I know a
little bit. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, so that would be my thing. I think, man.
I am.
Just start putting out them clips, man.
Even like post comedy clips. I post clips, stand up clips of other people. I steal other people's shit and I post them. I'm at your show, bro.
Goddamn thug life.
People like, this Eddie Murphy character is really good. Yeah.
Wait a minute, that is Eddie Murphy.
I'm posting Goonie Google on my page.
That's hilarious. I'm sure there's somebody out there. I am trying to find a way to do that where it's kind of like, I don't know. I just came up with an idea. Someone might steal it, but I'm not gonna say it.
I
know, right? I was about to say it. I'm like, I'm not gonna say it.
Man, I just came up with a new way to have cars drive on water, but
I want to say this, like, just about social media and what I've learned over the years. Like, somebody told me before when I tried to understand what do I want to provide to an audience, like what type of need, like what's needed, and they told me to just literally make a list of everything that I am. You know, female, black woman. Yeah, I'll be funny sometime. Long hair, like long nails, like I like jackets. Like,
but I'm gonna tell you something about you, and I don't know you like that, but I'm gonna tell you right to your face. I'm putting the finger out. I'm putting this Denzel finger out.
Done known for 15 minutes.
You being fire does help too.
Well, yes,
and I'm not mad at you.
This entire room is fire. Like, I know of your work enough to know.
I'm not talking about the work. I'm talking about, okay, this is where the chauvinistic part of the show.
Oh, you said visually. You
visually.
Said, aesthetically.
Like, aesthetically, I could watch you for a long time.
Of course.
And I mean from like the woods and like.
So visually pleasing is also a good thing, but that ain't the hit. To make the shit, it's a lot of beautiful women out there. That's why I was like, well, being an Instagram model is too oversaturated. I guess I'll be funny, like, you know, and try something different.
That is true.
So it's like you can't take the lanes of, like, even right now, I'm focused on travel and entertainment. I found a way to bring my entertainment into travel just because that's a lane that's not as oversaturated as comedy is to expand in business. But I'm saying for everyone, it's just that list, you know, and that list will honestly help you even understand what conceptually you can put out as content. Like the stuff you were talking about earlier, like when you were like, I'm not this, I'm not that. That's perfect.
Right.
Please don't try to be anybody else because everybody that is not authentic is failing.
Yeah.
Because that is the whole I'm telling you, the concept of people that will actually last in business and have longevity is the authenticity. People want to feel like you're real. They don't want to feel like we did that with acting so many years. And then you find out they do drugs. So they smoke weed. Now it's like social media has provided you the opportunity to fully really be yourself. And if you accept that and
then
put that out there, look at Cardi B.
Are you ever fearful that revealing your true authentic self is going to be off-putting?
Yes.
To people, I
think so.
Aren't
Yeah.
I think it is with you.
Yeah.
Why you say that, Mur?
I don't know. I just feel like there's some. I guess there's the fear of judgment. Like, you know, like there's some stuff I say, like if I was with you in a car driving somewhere with Jackson or somebody, like it's like that. I'm like, if I said this on stage, it's like you get it and you know me personally. And I'm like, if somebody only got to see me for 8 minutes, this could come off wrong.
But you know what though? I've done that on stage a lot. And it works quite well for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've said some outrageous shit, and I think because I opened for like comics that didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like Paul Mooney literally gave 0 fucks on stage.
Yeah.
I'll say whatever the fuck I want to say, and then bring the angry yellow nigga on stage. And I would come up and work with him.
Back to back disrespect.
And he's like, yeah, I mean, and a lot of the comics that I work with, but no, I mean, I think that, you know, you could be, people say, oh, you can't be edgy now. That's bullshit. Yeah. I mean, Bill Burr says horrendous shit.
Yeah.
And they get, but he's also white though.
But he's also funny.
He's funny.
His punchlines be hitting.
He's funny as shit. But white is a huge factor. White, you could be mediocre as fuck, which we prove with the president, which we prove with a lot of politicians and singers. There could be a singer I watched Apollo once, a long time ago, and it made me mad about it. This sister came out and sang to the point where like literally blood and shit was dripping out of her mouth, and people screaming and cried. Killing it.
Yeah.
Little white girl came out, sang moderate.
Right.
And this makes me mad at niggas.
Marion
Because
Lane.
they was like, oh, she's so good. She sang at our venue. And black people, we so embrace these corny motherfuckers. If there's a white comic that's fair and come get down with us, we go, well, you know, he got down. He did all right. Fuck that.
Yeah.
We got to be super. I'll give you an example. I'm going to say this about him. I'm going to say this right now. I don't give a shit. This is how it is. You're an MMA fighter. You're an MMA fighter when it comes to entertainment. Because you can act. Stop it. Don't you cry. There's no crying in podcasts. This is the greatest podcast in the history of all podcasts.
It is called Fuck Your Feelings, but I'm all up in my feelings.
No, seriously. And I would hit him online and say, because I watch him rhyme, I go, he can rhyme his ass off. By the way, the motherfucker got skills. If he was corny, I'd be like, yo, stab him in the forehead with a fork.
He would.
But but like,
very complimentary.
Somebody told me you had a ghostwriter, and I was like,
see, you already started.
But you know what? That did make me feel
so good.
That did.
And you're a comic.
That did. Thank you. I appreciate that.
MMA,
so
3
funny.
things.
I appreciate that. That did make me feel good when I first started rapping. People was asking me who was writing my shit.
Yeah, that's a
because they
compliment.
wouldn't ask that. If it wasn't good. That's the only reason
They
why.
thought it's so good. They go, this got to be somebody else. I'm like, no,
You
it's him.
It's like it's too good. They're like Cardi B, or they're like, yo, who writes your shit?
He really and I feel
good.
like black people. Same thing you said. You have to be authentic, but you have to be so much more in this business as a black performer than anybody else. You have to be. You got to be on some like Jackie Robinson shit. You got to be so much better as a black comic. You have to be so much better. There are so many mediocre at best stand-up comics that have got Netflix specials sheerly because of that.
Surely because of what? They're
white. Can we say this?
I think they know
pigmentally and challenged.
It's hilarious.
Challenged. Yes.
There is a comedian, a stand-up comedian. His shit is called like Average or something. What's his name? Is that? I don't know if it's Brian Regan. It's somebody. He does clean comedy.
Oh, Brian Regan.
Is it
That's
Brian
not
Regan?
Brian Regan. No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So there's a clean comedian, and it's called. Hey Lee, look that up. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's over there with his dick out. You know? My producer.
The producer's like, yeah, like, you know, he just heard us.
What you just say, Lee?
I said I'm switching cameras.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He doing something.
He's
Hold on.
switching cameras to this
days.
dick.
I know, right?
Average
So
comedy
funny.
special.
But-
Nate Bargatze.
Oh, Nate, yeah.
The greatest average
Tennessee,
American.
yeah.
His name is the name of his special is the greatest average American. And he has a Netflix special, and he sells out, I think, arenas.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people. There's I forget her name. That Chappelle dissed her, and then somebody got mad at me because I said something about Jerrod Carmichael.
That you said something about
Yeah,
Jerrod?
they like the people got mad at me.
What'd you say about Jerrod? I'm interested in your takes.
One of his Golden Globes to take. What you think?
Yeah,
about
what?
it?
Yeah, what? Yeah, what is
Why
it?
y'all putting me in this position?
It's like, yo,
on the
Use all these
greatest,
clips.
on the greatest podcast
It will be a clip. Go ahead.
of all time.
it will be clear.
A little room tone before we.
What's your thoughts on Jerrod Carmichael's Golden Globes hosting?
Yeah, man. I mean, he definitely wasn't going for funny, but that's pretty much his skis. That's what he does. He goes, "I'm going to be long and thought process." Man, you don't have enough swag in my book to sit on the steps. Now, what he said was poignant.
Yes,
But guess what? If you're a presenter, I think you should be a little bit more than poignant. Entertaining would be good. And people love him, and the industry keeps giving him stuff. His last HBO special was basically primarily about him coming out. Nothing against the gay community, and I'm not trying to save myself because I already know the position I'm in. It's nothing against the gay community, but if the only thing they're talking about is, well, you talked about coming out, and they never mentioned, man, this was funny, then you did not achieve what you were going for in a comedy special. Now, if it's a TED Talk or if it's a one-man show, I get that. But every special, I remember I was sitting with my ex. I still think he was wrong for the shit you did, baby.
I'm about to say, well, tell us more. No, I'm not joking.
You know who you are, Julie.
Oh, Lord.
But we were sitting there watching his first special, and about 14 minutes had passed. You know the little scroll on the bottom where you can see the time?
Yeah.
And I turned to him and go, has he not got to laugh for 14 minutes?
He got a laugh in that first special.
The first special, I'm not exaggerating. It was this long, drawn out kind of.
It was 12 minutes.
So, no, it was. No. Where, you know where he sits and goes, so I'm
this is what I realized.
trying to.
Yeah, this is what I realized too. There's a new type comedy is evolving.
This is true.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
evolving.
I'm wrong.
And we came up in the '90s era where everything was
Yes.
pop, and the crowd like
Body.
and then and then nowadays you could kind of take your time, be a little more thoughtful. But I do still prescribe to you need to get a certain decibel noise output when you tell a joke.
Yeah.
Like I'm still going for the big laughs. So
You're
that's
wrong.
I know.
I mean, because I feel like Dave Chappelle still sets the tone. He
Exactly.
does provide the conversation. He permits you the opportunity to think, but you don't sit too long before you laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
No, Chappelle gets laughs. I mean, he had one self-indulgent special.
Which one was
where
that?
the one at the Comedy Store where he was in the little room and he
In the
just
belly room?
belly room. There was some self-indulgence there. And I mean, I know Chappelle since he was 16.
Wow.
And I'm saying I'm not saying Jerrod Carmichael obviously has a lane, but the bottom line is when I see his stand up, and like you said, maybe it's because it's me. It could be me. I'm used to actual. I don't know what the fuck am I looking for? Laughter. Yeah, getting laughs. And if you don't get no laughs, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something about Jerrod though, man.
He's smart motherfucker.
Yeah, and I've seen him kill, man.
I've seen him kill.
One of the times I had to step up my game was in the belly room. This was before he really pop. He was He was starting to be industry hot, right?
Yeah.
You know, Jerrod, he been industry hot for a long time. A bunch of pilots and all that stuff. And he came in the belly room. I was about to perform. He went up before me, and I'm talking about he destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm talking about destroyed.
I was very impressed with him when I first saw him.
And I was impressed with him because he's not physical. He don't move around. I'm like, he's destroying, not killing. He destroyed with his words. Only people like Deion Cole can destroy
Yeah,
with their words. Like no movement, no act outs. Motherfucker don't gotta move around or nothing. I was like, God damn, this is impressive.
Yeah.
He made me step up my shit that night. However,
I
do have a how. I do
use
have
this for the
Give
clip.
it Stephen A. Smith.
I do have a how. I do have a however.
Producer, use this for the clip.
I know, right? This will be a clip, or not if I'm trying to develop a show with Jerrod. Hey, everybody. No,
Hey, Jerrod, you know what? You the best man in the world.
No. This
We
not
messing with you,
This
man.
not just a Jerrod thing. This is me in general. I do take issue with people sitting down doing their specials. If you're not telling a story, like if you telling a story or something, you want to sit down, okay, because I've done that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like there was another comedian, he came out on stage. As soon as he came on stage, he sat down on a stool and did a full hour sitting down. I'm like, you're not Bill Cosby. You not out here raping bitches.
Yeah.
You can't do this. No, but I'm like, you can't. You can do whatever you want to do, but I do, and again, that's the old school in me, where I'm accustomed to the Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, and even fucking Steve Martin. You know, just these people that's coming out and it's a special, and they're giving a performance because it's a special.
No, it's not about the physicality. It's about a performance.
Yeah,
it's it's still a performance. And there's almost like this. It's like that Siamese cat. I don't have to perform for you. I can just tell you my word.
Right.
Scar, Lion King. Like I don't want to perform for you. Very like, and so I'm not. That's not old school, because the best artist, iconic artist, performed. Name one singer. Even people say, oh, well, one time I was asking this, they said Sade. Sade moved around. Sade be getting it.
Right.
She was up there getting it, but she's very...
She be hitting them
She be hitting it. Right. But what I'm saying is, name one iconic performer, rapper or singer, that didn't perform.
Right.
Like, I'm old school. Now, everybody can say what they want, but Prince one of the baddest motherfuckers ever do.
Oh, yeah.
And some people can debate that, whatever. Michael Jackson performed. Prince performed.
Yeah, both of them.
You could name the R&B cats where they sing their heart out,
right?
And they perform. And then you have it's rare that you sing one just my songs will stand on their own, and I'll let my songs breathe life.
How you feel about that, Jennah? Because I know you come from music and you perform and stuff like that.
She looking at me like, well, yeah, what, nigga?
Let him know. Tell him he ain't shit.
You ain't shit, Shang. And Jerrod's waiting outside to beat your ass. I'm messing around.
I do respect your opinion. But I do think that times are just evolving in terms of the way that people perform, you know, and I think we have to accept, just as technology evolves, just as Gen Zers like different things, just as OnlyFans is now something that's publicized and it's a okay thing where before it wasn't. Like, things are changing, and to be very honest with you, we're probably gonna begin to get bored of the old ways until we're introduced to the new ways. I mean, and I challenge you on that, because it's just been so many things over the years that I think, you know, as performance, particularly in music, just even with like, you know, Drake and Afro beats and all of this now getting to us, and now we're listening to all this worldly music where men would have not been comfortable moving their body even the ways that they do now, and now it's okay to jam like this. So I just don't think that it's going to. I think in any industry, I think we're going to keep evolving, and I think in comedy, people are going to be sitting down. I think back in the day, they used to do silent films. I wouldn't be surprised if people ain't saying shit on the stage soon. And we over there the mime comedian was really a star to me. I mean, and I understand for us, it's like, what? But we got to give things a chance to where they're going. Because if they not hot, they going to die. They always do. But like, just like the one hit wonders, just like, we be like, remember when Nelly had a phase? Remember, you know, when you think of all these moments like in life, they fade out if it ain't
okay, but
really
name
talent.
one again. Name one singer or performer that didn't move.
Well, we're talking
all.
about music, so let's talk about comedy now. Let's just think about how, you know, Eddie Murphy, even his style, changed the game, from, in
Eddie
terms of
Murphy,
what he was presenting to the stage. I think even physical comedy probably evolved over the years. I think as much as black people saying nigga, motherfucker, nigga, when Richard Pryor came, people was like, whoa, comedy is not supposed to be like this.
Right.
This isn't it. But then we got it and we was like, we like it because this is this. So as much as I know we want to have an idea of what comedy, of what entertainment in general is supposed to be, we got to accept that shit is going to flip.
I think he does like a, Jerrod, I think he's so cerebral that I feel like he might be like, I feel like he might be doing like, you guys remember that, this, I'm sounding so nerdy right now. There was like this artist, I forgot his name.
You remember the Klingons?
Duchamp, the toilet bowl? You know this guy, there's an artist, like a famous artist back in the day who like put a toilet bowl in this like museum or something like that. It was like, yo, it's art.
He's
like,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
I used to be an illustrator.
Yeah.
I hated artists that just throw paint on the wall and go.
Yeah.
Expression. No, motherfucker, that's paint on the wall.
To you.
That's bullshit.
To you, but that's your experience.
No.
Somebody else said
Dookie.
Pink reminds me.
Yeah. Okay, I see what I see, but that's people,
I wonder if he's doing that.
That's people reaching, and that's reaching to me. It's like, say what the fuck it really is.
Yeah.
Y'all full of shit. Like, I really do be watching people. You know that you full of shit. You know that movie's bullshit.
Hey, I just gotta say, shout out to Anye in this. This motherfucker feel like a Snuggie. This hoodie that he gave me,
and it looks cool.
I know that dude for years, and he gave me nothing.
Hey man, get started podcast.
Anye got a very distinct style.
You do.
Very distinct
I just want to give him a shout out, man.
Give him a shout out.
What is Anye Malik?
I will bring you a hoodie. I don't have a hoodie, but I will bring you.
This shit is comfortable. This shit is comfortable. Anyways,
you sounded real nerdy though.
This is.
He's so intellectual that people put it this way: if the people don't get it, the challenge of stand up when you do intellectual stand up is the balance of intellect and actually making motherfuckers laugh at the concept that you created. It is not a matter of it's so intellectual. Then do a motherfucking TED talk.
I agree too. Now I feel like even there. I do feel like that's where comedy is going when it comes to evolving. I think there's gonna be pound for pound like jokes, like I'm actually laughing, and then there's gonna be like intellectual free thinking, and that's gonna be a whole other thing. Like a TED talk. It's like wow, he's making great points.
Chappelle does that.
I think they'll categorize it like they do music.
Yeah,
R&B like this.
Chappelle does Chappelle does essentially reached such a point of comedy like. He's essentially becoming Dick Gregory.
Right. He's a philosopher.
He's just like, you're like, oh, damn, that's deep.
Laughs.
They're
trying to get me, nigga. They're trying to get me.
In your face. In your face. And fuck you, Shane. I known you, nigga, since you was 16 years old, nigga. And I've been out here in these streets.
No, but exactly. But Chappelle, actually, if you watch his specials, if you watch even like a Cat Williams special or whatever, they do make good points, but they don't forsake the entire hour or an hour and a half for laughs.
I feel
you know, I almost feel the same way. I be watching some of these comedians TV shows, and they're deemed or titled comedies.
I don't know who be writing them scripts.
That's what I'm saying.
But did you just shots fired?
But
I gotta be honest, because I understand what you mean. I feel the same way.
And where's the jokes?
Nothing.
Yeah.
And then some of them get super dramatic. And then I feel like they're like, well, we're trying to go for something more. And I'm like, no, I honestly think you know in your heart of hearts, you're not that good of a comedy writer. So instead of writing something funny, the easier route to go is to write something. And everything needs to be heartfelt, but that's what you lean on. We're going to kind of go a different way. And so then you see these comedy series that end up being super dramatic. And it's yo, where's the comedy?
Right. It's like this? Write the funny, but then and then the baby died.
Right.
Come on, man.
Sitcoms.
But no, I like you said, it might be things are changing. You got very nerdy. It's like, what I'm trying to say is, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but what I meant was, it meant if you take the word and you take the other word and you put the word on the word, and that's how you get the joke.
Out, man. We ain't never really get it.
That's why I can mess with him because we killed a hooker together. Now
we gotta hear this hooker story. What
you don't remember the time, man? You want to say
it has evolved. We found out she was murdered.
That's right.
She was murdered.
First, she exists. Now we know she was murdered.
But I didn't
The
want.
body
So we
exists.
say this on the greatest podcast.
Tell us something. Side note, he had you sounding like Jerry Lewis. But
Yeah. He really.
I did make you sound a little bit like that. No, I think that a lot of comics, like, you come up with energy. Like, I've seen you come up and do it. I've seen you stand up. In fact, we just did a show.
What, Chateau?
Yeah, and you come up and came up and it was like,
He just annihilated.
it.
I saw a guy the other day who told me, I just saw a guy named Justin Hires. You know him? I go, yeah. And he's like, he just annihilated at the Comedy Chateau. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm telling you, man, annihilated.
That was a white man?
I'm telling you, man. Like, I was like, I got you.
he deconstructed that audience. He built them back up, and then he totally shit on them, bro.
You know what I do sometimes? Sometimes I have to do a let me remind y'all.
Yeah.
I feel like Roy Jones Jr. sometime. Y'all must have forgot.
Yeah.
Because especially with me doing it as long as I've been doing it. But people forget. Like, I'm going to give you an example of the bullshit of the industry, and you could co-sign, but people think if I haven't seen you, you're not doing nothing. Even though
That's a rare.
I sell out most of my shows.
And
And I don't mean little shows, big shows.
Right.
But they think, well, I ain't seen you. Well, motherfucker, you weren't there.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't seen you lately.
Yeah.
And some people think also if they see you, you're working, or you're like sometimes they see all of you, like, you can shoot like 4 movies and blah blah blah, and they come out over the next 3 years. Everybody's like, damn, this ain't working, man.
Right.
But you might be at the house.
Yeah, right.
You might be at
You want some more pancakes?
You got 8 commercials running, but you shot them in a month.
You might be in the studio doing a Fuck Your Feelings podcast. Man, you know what's so funny? This is something that I was thinking about. And, man, it's like, how do y'all feel about, or do y'all not feel anything about not being invited to the party? And when I say not being invited to the party, I'm saying just Hollywood. Like, I'm seeing people at Sundance, and I see people on these red carpets at movie premieres, and I'm like, how do y'all feel any type of way, or y'all just like, fuck it?
I'm seeing this chick, and she started packing. This really happened the other day.
She started packing.
I was like, where are you going? She's like, Sundance. I said, oh, what? It's happening? I didn't even know. Wait, it's now? You know, like, she was like, oh, you didn't know? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, literally, I drove her to the airport.
See, you didn't even know. See, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I didn't even know this. I was like,
Oh, I've had so many times.
But how do y'all feel about that? Like, even like if y'all just looking at shit on Instagram, you was like, damn, like, I'm seeing these other people. I think for me personally, sometimes I'm always happy. I'm like the first to like and share people's stuff. I'm doing that all the time.
Right, that's cool.
But at the same time, I'm like, damn, I need to get my shit together. There's a part of me that's saying that, and then there's a part of me like, damn, like, I think sometimes when it's people in your peer group, you know, and you like, damn, they did that shit.
Right.
And then I have to look at my own self and be like, well, damn, well, how did my peer group feel when I was doing Rush Hour and I'm doing MacGyver? You see what I'm saying? And they might just be at a comedy club and I'm on CBS every day. And so then that kind of give me perspective.
Well, you know what I thought when I saw you doing it? I'm like, whose dick do I got to suck? I don't suck dick. I told y'all.
Well, it's okay. I'll send you the phone number.
Women.
But I think we all know that the industry.
No,
it's like catching a wave. You know, we know this shit is waves, and I now like. I thank God for social media and this whole experience because it really helped me see what's real and what's fake. It helped me also,
What's fake? Well, finish your thought and then let me know.
It helped me just observe the entertainment business. You know, to be honest with you, as much as I love it, I began to laugh at the idea of fans following you and wanting it's pretty fucking hilarious. You know,
I'm going to follow you.
And not even following you. I mean, like in person, like the idea of wanting to, to experience, you know, moments. And I understand the attachment that people may have to your work. I get all of that. But the events that are put on, you know, the running from paparazzi, like this whole machine that's literally been created, media also being a form of entertainment. So I had to stop watching what I got on the news because then I had friends that were journalists that were like, it's just about getting the story, girl. Sometimes that shit don't even be right. Like, honestly.
Wow.
So now I can see, I got homies that's like straight up news anchors. Like, they be like, bitch, that shit, no. You're like, we don't even know. So it's like, it's all entertainment.
Side note, news anchors be fine as shit.
Beautiful.
I be traveling to these
I got
different
3
cities.
bad ones
Yeah.
in
They
my
be-
bag.
yeah.
I got a couple in the line.
They be fine as shit.
Y'all been like,
They've evolved.
If you
They've
can cut out-
evolved. They've evolved.
you can cut out their faces if you take off their body. Do this little thing where like I play this game called News Anchor or Porn Star.
That's
you just
hilarious.
keep their head, bro. They look. Some of them look like porn stars.
They look
They-
like porn
bruh.
stars.
KTLA got a bad.
They got some baddies.
They do.
I'm very offended by that.
They're beautiful.
Listen,
It is what it is.
But I'm going to push back
Porn
on you.
stars are now moving into
Wow.
the business.
Well, no,
of
I
journalism.
like porn
as
stars.
long as they can read.
Read the teleprompter.
That's
Come
actually
on,
a sketch.
Twinkle.
Yeah, that's straight up. That's funny.
Yeah, but no, I disagree with you, young lady, and I will say it on the show.
Please do.
No, what you disagree with,
I
Sharon?
disagree with. I think social media has fucked up industry. I don't think it's real because I saw a girl that talks about all the people that she's not funny. She's
I
not.
didn't say social media is real. So
No, I mean
yeah.
the internet or whatever, Facebook, Instagram, all this shit. This girl sold out the Laugh Factory in Long Beach, and it's 600 seats. There was 1,200 people outside, and her claim to fame, and she's got a gigantic following, was how many celebrities' dicks she sucked.
What's her
And
name?
she's not a porn star.
Superhead.
She's not a porn star.
Superhead.
No, she's not a porn star at all. And anything, she's just a girl.
She's a comedian.
No, not at all. Not at all. She's
That's your.
Well, she's figured.
That's hilarious.
It's a
Okay.
business. Is
I
what
know,
I'm
I know,
saying, and
but
she
the-
figured out the business.
She figured out the
whole
business.
thing
No,
is a
but it
business.
negates the people with talent. Also, there's a guy
Good
that
time.
makes sandwiches on. All he does, he doesn't make fancy sandwiches. He makes regular ass sandwiches.
Peanut butter jelly.
And he has a huge following. There, you know what I'm saying? There's videos of kids opening up toys, and they have millions of followers. The mundane and the bullshit of life, people think, oh, that's interesting.
You know what me and my homeboy Lee was talking about though? There's an audience for everything.
Right? No, but it doesn't mean they're.
Talented.
Thank you.
Some comedian.
Well, I just want to touch back because I don't think
Go at
you
it,
know
woman.
what I'm saying.
And I don't
and
think
wanna
you-
make
first off-
sure
And David, you shut your whole ass
I
up.
wanna make
We ain't
sure-
letting you talk. Go for it, Jennah.
you're answering. You know what I'm saying? Just want to make sure
Go
we're all
for
on
it,
the
Jennah.
same
Go
page
for
here,
it, Jennah.
guys. Just want to make sure we're all on the same
Speak,
page.
queen.
So I definitely believe that there are a lot of there's a lot of toxicity in the images and the
Yeah.
things that are obviously being put on social media. But what I'm saying, the entertainment business in general, I see as a business where I would essentially equate likes and views to my talent. I no longer do anymore because I now understand the business of Instagram. I understand that, you know, after watching The Social Network, you get the ability to dive in and see that it's bigger than you. I'm also seeing, like I said, tapping into the with my friends that are in journalism. I'm seeing how entertainment is even important to them for the news rather than giving us the reality of what humans need. So it's the same concept for the entertainment business. Not many of them care, you know, about us or care if we're there. It's just who's on the next wave. So right now we chilling. Couple years from now, you'll be on that wave. They're gonna be on your face again. Like we get the concept. So it's just like grounding ourselves and finding the people that are real to us that are not gonna be going this way with the wave. Then it's cool. So now I can watch the wave of my people. Remember when they wasn't there? But I've even seen people fall off their waves.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen it, and I'm like, I'm seeing everybody experience it. So I'm not looking at it like this is something that's taken away from me. I'm like, she on her wave, because we never know. Some shit could shut down, and tomorrow, because somebody said something the wrong way or because a show wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? Some shit is over, and then before you know it, that wave is done, and you got to wait for the next one. You out surfing
love.
again.
You just want to find love.
I find peace in knowing that somebody's show's gonna get canceled. Like I don't know.
You know, I used to too.
And I'm the evil
I
one.
used to too until shit started coming my way. I was like, God damn, this is how I feel, huh?
Exactly. Oh yeah,
You
I know I
find
being
peace.
canceled.
Like, ABC's canceled 22 shows. I'm like,
That's hilarious. Why you feel
Especially
that
when
way?
you don't get the role though. You ever audition for something? Now that's happened to me a couple times. I was
Fuck
like,
that.
well,
I'm gonna tell you, my shit is
if I
worse.
was in it, it's
My
like,
shit is worse
What?
because all the shows I almost booked went off to become super successful
Oh, really?
shows.
Oh,
So
that's the worst.
it was between me and Lamorne for New Girl.
oh,
I know. Then it was between me and the dude for Empire, Hakeem the rapper.
Oh, yeah.
It was between me, him, and like two other dudes for that.
I could
I could have seen New Girl, but I think they picked the right one.
Well,
Yeah, I
wow.
think they did
but
too.
I know you probably
I'm gonna-
spit,
I'm
but
gonna
I
take
didn't-
that
I
out.
didn't
a little
rap.
corny too.
And let me tell you,
You wasn't as corny as
the
he
other
was.
thing with Empire. When I auditioned, I had to sing. He wasn't initially supposed to be a rapper, so I had to go in there and sing. And so I went in there singing a song. But if I would have rap, but he can rap though. He can rap his ass off. He can rap his ass off.
Yeah.
Right. But
That's so
any light
funny.
skin, he fit in with
I want to
Terrence
say
Howard.
one.
Terrence Howard.
I'm gonna circle back. When I saw you on the shows, the first thing I thought is good for him. And, no, I really did. And second thing I thought is because I've been around so many OGs. Handle the money you get from it.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird. When I see black people get a show, I go, please don't end up on, a show where it's like, and now he's under a bridge giving hand jobs for cookies.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
stage time, brother. Stage time. I'll be
I
giving hand
wanted
jobs.
you for stage time.
Yeah, come
So,
on, man.
so I'm gonna get a set, right?
Right.
I want. That was the first thing I thought, and I hope it stays on for a long time. And I hope you parlay.
Yeah, I
it.
was super happy when you booked.
No,
this
but
shit.
no. And a lot of black actors, when I see black actors get on, I hope they handle their business.
Right.
Because it is, like you said, it is business. And then the other thing is, I don't take glee, as you said. I feel, you know what? My dick gets a little hard when people get their shit canceled.
I'm like, yeah, nigga, back with me. Come on back.
Come on back and doing open mics.
Yeah, we'll see you at Marty's tonight, man.
That's hilarious.
You are such.
That's a true crab in the bucket mentality.
But-
Okay.
Back with
But
me at Marty.
the reason I say that the internet
That's funny.
waves like DJ what's his like Vlad TV. Vlad TV's biggest views are always the most negative, worst shit about black folks. Gangster shit.
Yeah, I agree.
This motherfucker talking shit. This motherfucker want to kill this person. And that one's rates higher than somebody coming on there and talking about something that'll push us forward. And that's what makes me sad about the industry, that all of the most negative imagery of us gets pushed to the forefront more than, and I'm talking about dope positive energy, not just imagery, not just like some corny dude. No, I mean like fly motherfuckers that you go, oh, that shit is fly. But if it's like, that's why the person that gets, hide your wife, hide your kids, they raping everybody.
Hide your wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he gets more views
He
than
did.
the black doctor that just, saved the kid.
Now,
I don't think that's today,
I'm gonna
though.
give a little pushback.
That's just-
I'm gonna
yeah.
give a little pushback.
Okay, here we go.
Which is also
Come on, man.
is that just social media in the media, or is that also human nature? Meaning, what are we clicking on? So,
Right.
are people clicking on the positivity, or are people clicking
right.
on the negativity?
I-
because if people are clicking on the negativity more, then that's what they're going to continue to push out, because that's
Right.
what's getting more views.
I think the I think the negativity is
Sound
like,
it out.
Yeah, no, negative.
Use your words.
Today, Junior.
Use your words. Come on.
I think the negativity is like. I think
I'm an asshole.
people are attracted to the negativity. I think because of the fact.
I'm still laughing.
Oh, my bad.
He said, shout it out.
My bad.
I'm sorry.
I don't make no self-conscious.
Yeah,
my
I'm like,
bad.
God damn, can I get this out?
Go. My bad.
I think people are attracted to it because it's a part of human nature that you hide or you push down. So it's like when you see somebody let it out, you're like, holy shit, look at these dudes yelling. Like you've forgotten all like social decorum. Like, you're like all these rules that we follow that we don't really want to follow. When you see somebody like not follow it, you're like, holy shit, this dude is like going.
He can get away with that?
Yeah, you're like, this dude's bananas, right? And he's yelling and da da da. So yeah, I don't know. I think
I mean,
No,
just like
that
people
was
are
so-
infatuated with reality shows now.
Yeah.
Just how
Yeah.
reality shows took over. That was a wave in itself. It's still here. Remember when that wave happened and people were like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? People are about to
Real
have
world.
shows and people watching their real life. This is ridiculous. And then look at it now.
$90 gazillion million later.
You know what I miss?
All people want.
What I miss for real. Even to the point, I'm like, do I want to be this guy? But I might. If it gives me fuck you money,
Yeah.
I might do it. We need more. We need a Maury. We need.
Oh my God. It's so fun.
I need to see who DNA results. I need to have somebody crying, running off. Because he's done with his show.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
there's
bruh.
nobody to fill that
you
void.
could probably do that digitally. Like,
Probably
there
so.
would be
And
a way to like, cause they got like, I follow people that it's some app I don't know, this new app that they have where you can talk to people on there. They'll have the people on there. It sounds like FaceTime and shit. But whatever it is, I see people essentially having like roast sessions with each other. Like, and that might be the place for people to kind of plead their case.
Yeah.
You know, it could probably be like a cross between like a Judge Judy and a Maury.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Shoot that in here, man. You
They got one called Divorce Court. There's another one called where the lady Paternity Court. I watched that one. That one's like,
I mean,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean,
What about STD court? You be like, you find out, you be like, you
I mean, with more
do
Maury
not
edge,
have
though.
AIDS.
The story's got to be more ridiculous, like Maury.
yeah,
They can't be no
Maury's
real
pretty.
shit.
Maury was
It should
pretty
be like,
crazy.
so you are in love with a dog.
Yeah, hold on. Do they
and I don't know why.
They've never done STDs though, have they?
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, yo, like huge.
Hey, man.
You're a producer. You got it
That's
on
your
camera.
new show.
You're a producer.
You're a
That's
producer
the
on
new
the show
thing.
because I was wondering what else could we reveal. But if you
Like-
reveal on TV, you got
Oh
STD.
my god!
It would go viral.
Would
nigga.
never come back from that.
Yo,
No pun intended. Nigga, go viral.
Go
That was-
viral.
It was really good.
That
Write
was good.
down.
STD reveals, yo.
Yeah.
People tuning in for the
Not
STD
STD
reveal.
All day, nigga.
The STD
All
reveal.
day.
But you know how many fights there would be?
Oh my
Good.
God.
They would have to have extra
You got to get them
security.
calling their
told you I got
sexual
chlamydia.
partners. You got to get them calling their sexual partners. Be like, right now, you
Producer.
need to
Nigga.
make a phone call.
Yo,
And
you
how
running in the
much-
back yelling, I ain't got chlamydia. I told you I ain't got chlamydia.
Can you imagine the phone call segment
Yeah.
of the show? That they have to
Would
fucking
be awesome.
This
You know
Brianna.
what? This show just this show just now.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's gonna hit for us.
That's what's gonna hit. That's what's gonna
And
hit.
it's like, how'd you make
so
your
funny.
millions? STD court.
Yeah, TD court.
Yo,
What all those jokes you wrote? Don't matter.
yo.
The one you met at the club the other night.
Oh, shit.
Well, like,
Well.
but that is it. That's society, like you said. Is a society. Society's like that right now. Society likes the lowest common denominator
Yeah.
and backlash to anything that's positive, that's black. Because
Yeah.
Obama had to be practically fucking perfect,
Right.
And they still calling him a nigga,
Right.
right? And then if you look at the backlash was Trump, because Trump was the most unqualified, horrible human being, piece of shit cunt ever, and that's who they chose to back. And you know, xenophobic, homophobic, racist, white nationalist, proud boy, proper upper. So you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker. That's what it is. With comedy, is there a backlash to people being super funny? To you know what? And I think it's the cast people like, hey, I'm not that funny, and I want to put the people that aren't funny on because I'm not that exuberant. I don't have any personality, so I want the people out there that don't have personality. I'm gonna give you an example that I know for a fact it's not the people. There was a show called Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there was another one called The Mommies.
Was Ryan Reynolds on Two Guys, a Girl, in a
No,
Pizza Place?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But The Mommies, another one called Sports Night. Now these shows never rated above 120th, ever, which means advertising dollars. They couldn't get the big advertising dollars, right? D.L. Hughley's show was in the top 10 from the jump. But Damon Wayans had a show on too. They said we can't. My wife and kids. We can't have two black male sitcoms led by comedians at the same time.
Right.
Yet the Mommies was on and never horrible ratings, but stayed on because the dude that was one of the execs at Disney said, "Well, I like it,
Yeah.
and I don't give a fuck who doesn't like it." He kept it on. One of his bosses was over in Europe doing Disney Europe, you know, getting some stuff together. Came back and found out you didn't cancel this show and fired him.
Because he was
Like, you let this run for 3 years? Right. So, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
understand the motherfucker that said Star Wars wouldn't work, they retro fired this nigga.
Yeah.
They went, you turned this down and didn't tell none of us? And he was he found out years later and said, well, you're fired because I don't trust your judgment.
Yeah.
So you got to understand, people in the position of power, when comedy, people in the position of power will put out whoever the fuck they want, whether they're good or not. Babette or Nanette or whatever that was on
Yeah,
Netflix.
Nanette.
Yeah, you know what the fuck
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about. The giant,
Yeah,
the
the
giant,
Australian chick.
yeah, blockhead, the clobbering time.
I don't know about this. What's
le-
the name
lesbian.
Yeah, what is it song?
Annette or
Is
Nanette?
she- yeah,
I don't know.
Nanette. Yeah, Babette or whatever her name
Yeah.
is. The one that looked like
Netflix
John
special.
Goodman. Yeah,
She was like one of those. It was like the non-comedy comedy special, from
Right.
what I heard, or whatever. Like,
Oh, non-comedy comedy
Right.
special. What in the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guess what? You know what I'm saying? She got a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. Chappelle's special, which is called Sticks and Stones,
Classic.
right? Got 2s and 1s, and the critics go after it and say it's horrible, even though with the audience score was like a 98.
Yeah.
So these people that are industry don't give a fuck what the people like. It's like that's why since you talk about hip hop, if you look at hip hop, there was and there's a documentary on it, an active fucking campaign. Let's put out as much nigga shit. Let's put out as much fucked up gangster, drug dealing shit as possible to offset the conscious rap that actually started doing well. Public Enemy was one of the #1 rap groups of all time. Conscious material.
that was a big
Common. X-Clan. They all
Brand Nubian,
Self-Destruct. There was a song called
yeah.
Self-Destruction where it was all building up the community. White industry said, these motherfuckers is actually starting to sell. Let's put more nigga shit out there. Let's put more negative shit out there. And let's put more gangster shit out to purposely crush this shit.
They were promoting
So it
black
is up to-
colleges.
Right.
That was
when
like huge.
Murph just started naming these bands, I was like, he's 43.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, however
Yeah.
age I thought you were, I was like,
You were much older.
I'm old, but I also had older brothers. There was like, so it was
gotcha.
like you woke up in the morning, they put on Second to None. It was like
Right.
in the morning. It was like I was like I'm in 3rd grade, and they waking up and putting on this like it was a lot of.
Do you
bad
like
rap.
Drake? Do you like? I'm gonna ask everybody. Do you like Drake?
I love Drake.
I think Drake's dope.
Yeah.
Drake, he makes great songs. He's at the hottest, longest run of any rapper.
I don't like
ever.
Lil Baby
Yeah.
though.
You don't like Lil Baby?
I
Lil
can't
Baby
get
can
with him.
rhyme though.
He
Lil
shoot-
Baby can rap.
You
He got a machine gun. He
and
shooting somebody.
I
You
wanted
see
to
that?
bring that up when you were talking about different styles of comedy because like that's the first thing that I thought about when it came to just like artists. Like when I listen to Lil Baby, I cannot even though he's saying good shit, I cannot digest his
spitting.
delivery.
He can be spitting.
I know he spits.
I think
And
J. Cole
I'm
be
all
spitting.
about music. Of course, J. Cole can spit.
Yeah, J. Cole's
but
ridiculous.
Lil Baby's delivery for me, I can't get past it. So that's you know.
Oh, you say you can't like.
But it's the
Same.
auto
cannot
tune.
get
You said
past
it's the
it.
auto
That
tune. You
shit
think?
get on my fucking
Yeah.
nerves.
really?
I had to get
hate
over that too.
shit.
Yeah.
I tried, and I
Yeah.
even did karaoke. My boy was so he was intentional. You know Brandon Perry.
Yeah. Shout out to Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon always be putting me on to the hip hop shit. And he made me learn the lyrics and
Damn.
perform it just so I could feel it. Now it was good. I felt like a rapper, but
Really?
even still, I can't see myself putting that shit on.
Right.
He's got a video a little bit
Sidebar,
of him
sorry.
like with is it AR? No, like maybe like a machine, like an automatic weapon, like shooting at a gas station. It's on YouTube. Like it's him getting out of a car, just shooting at a shootout at a gas station with somebody.
Recently?
Yeah. I mean, it was an old video, but it's him. He like you could find his
But
video on
that's
YouTube,
what
and he's like got a
sells.
goddamn machine gun. Like,
But you
I
were
was
saying
looking
the
for it.
Drake.
With
I'm
a
sorry.
Stendo.
I know, I
Yeah.
was asked. The reason I was asking about Drake,
Yeah.
a lot of like the cats that came up in New York with, a lot of them are super hard. They're like, yo, DMX, nigga, what? Nigga, mad shit. And they hated him because he said, oh, that nigga's soft. That's why, like, I do jokes about people being yogurty. There's a lot of yogurty ass people in the world, right? But Drake's a hit machine. I don't care what y'all say, he's a hit machine.
Yeah.
And some of his songs aren't soft.
Right.
A lot of his songs aren't soft. It's just that if he does one little R&B kind of flavored song, you can get labeled as soft
Right.
in our community. But in the white community, they love him.
Yeah. Nah, I fuck with Drake.
I fuck with Drake. Like, and there's comics that I'm not saying there's comics that I think are funny, but I'm saying and again, I'm gonna make sure because y'all gonna use this clip because I understand clicks is when I said about London Hughes, what I said about
That's so
Jerrod Jerrod Carmichael, because
don't
I
take
know
it back. Don't you take it
I'm
back.
not taking it back.
Apology at
no,
the end.
No, I'm
when
not
the shit
taking it
go
back.
out,
No,
you
no,
gotta
no.
apologize.
I'm not taking it back at all.
I met London once. She was cool. That's
Okay,
all.
I'm not. No, I'm not a matter of if she cool. I could save puppies from fucking getting hit by cars, and then go up stage and be bad. Give a fuck about how they are personally. I'm saying what I'm saying about them. I'm not only going by my opinion. There were reviews of the specials that said the exact same thing. Then I thought, well, I guess I'm not the old dude in the room. I'm not crazy. What they were saying, this is self-indulgent bullshit. This dude, Quincy, they got an HBO special. They called it a Quincy Jones. They said this is a Make-A-Wish Foundation special. This is a gimme
He's
special.
still alive, ain't he?
Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
No, there's a comedian.
Okay.
People that don't know this story,
Tell them the story. I'm going to let you.
Yeah, I know, right? Let me say,
His name-
shout out to London Hughes. Love you, London.
Yeah.
I didn't diss her. I didn't diss her.
Black man.
That's my
I
last
disrespect-
name too.
Queen,
She
my
might be
little
my sister.
UK
Hold
I
up.
might be British, and I might.
Queen?
I
What's
might
up,
be
UK
about to take
Queen?
all y'all jobs.
I didn't diss her. I didn't diss her.
I'm just.
Who was Quincy? There's a comedian named Quincy,
Quincy
and
Jones.
he had cancer. And he was dying of cancer.
Okay.
So he went on the Ellen show, and Ellen said, "Yo, I'm going to produce your HBO special." That was like his wish was to do
okay.
a HBO special.
Yeah.
So HBO came together, and they did a special for him. He never died. He's still here, I think. Right? He's still alive. I would love to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, somebody,
right, no.
I saw him get into it with somebody on his page who was like getting on him for not dying.
You know what?
Somebody said what?
He got into it on his page with somebody who got commented he wasn't dead.
Well, has
Started
it done
arguing.
anything for his
He
career?
was like, yo, I was like, bro,
No.
y'all
'Cause he
fucked
was
up.
not
I was
good.
like, that's something I would not.
I think it didn't do anything for his
a
career
good dude.
because he
Because
he
didn't die.
No, that's not it.
No.
It's not it. He died during that special.
You know what?
Oh, shout out to Quincy.
Yo,
Yeah, I
yo,
love
Quincy.
Quincy.
Fuck, hey man, how about this? Fuck you. All right, and that's the negative shit gonna say.
And that will be a clip.
No, that'll be
Aight.
no, what I'm
No,
saying
no.
is, I talk like I talk. I ain't apologize, none of shit. I'm not dissing London Hughes as I said, I hope you get everything you get. But again, don't act like you came into this country and you just a beast. You were just beasting this shit, and they were like, we gotta have her. It was the hook. Just like there's comics that got hooks. I ain't mad at you, but it's a hook. And Jerrod's thing is the long pauses, the intellectual, the thing. But I'm telling you, people that went to see this motherfucker said, I sat there and I was like, if I had a time machine, I would get my time back. When he did the Golden Globes, I'm not the only one saying the shit, that it was minimal at best. Stop hiring minimal motherfuckers and then say we're going to blame Kevin Hart for a joke he did 19 years ago and not have him as the Oscar person, because he absolutely would have been more entertaining to a lot of the people as a host. That's what I'm saying. Don't negate these people for these people just because of your self-interest, or I'm a gay proponent, I want to push the gay agenda. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't push it where it's not, the person's not at that level yet. Quincy wasn't at a level for an HBO special. That's the truth.
Probably should have did a half hour.
Half hour. He should have did a half hour or been on a show where it was multiple comics.
Yeah.
But not where you just, that's what I'm saying. You know what? So you're going to give a nigga a special because, like, say he got rickets. Say he had, like,
Very, very
Scurvy. Say this nigga got scurvy.
gotta say something that's real weird. Say he got some weird disease or some shit. So can you get a special? Should you get a special?
I mean,
No.
I'm good enough to. But,
You're good enough
That's
now.
right.
I'm kidding.
But
I just also think the
I can't
Golden
imagine.
Globes in general, the audience, you know, before I guess it's evolved, the expectation of comedy and entertainment, I don't think their expectation was that high. I mean, the people that were actually active watchers of the Golden Globes, like,
Right.
I mean, I think now then more people are watching. Maybe it's because more people are getting nominated to look like us. Now we
watching
gotta
it.
watch
Now-
it. So we seeing, oh, this boring. Like, you know, so what can we do? And I get what you're saying. I just feel like now we're expecting more from it because we're actually viewers. I mean, I feel like for
Right.
a long time it wasn't the
Why I view it, Ricky Gervais, who's a host, Did it 3 times.
He does a great job.
And
So funny.
And the most viewed clips from the Golden Globes
I watch it
are
maybe
Ricky
every 2 months.
Gervais's clips.
Yeah,
So
it's so
comedy, if you look at stand-up, if you look at all of the late night talk show, most of the late night talk show hosts were stand-ups. Most of them.
Oh yeah.
That and
Or
the
did
biggest
imp-
one.
It's either stand up or
Or
improv.
improv, but they were comedic performers.
I think Conan was just a really good writer.
Right.
I don't know if he might have did improv a little bit,
But
with
he
it,
was a comedic writer.
But he was a comedic
Right.
writer. Yeah.
So then if you look at that, if you look at most of the top Golden Globes, if you look at the Oscars, when it was hosted by stand-ups, it did better.
Famously,
Yeah.
11,
It did
12,
better.
or 21.
Yeah.
How long did Bob Hope do it?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Oscars.
Because who did it before?
20,
Was that
like
the
11
Golden
or
Globes
14
with
years or
Amy
something?
and
Like something crazy.
Tina Fey.
and
Yeah.
did
Comedic
they do that?
performers.
Yeah, that's what was getting me. There was a time when they was letting other people host some of these shows, and I'm like, y'all need a comedian.
Yeah, I thought it's so evident every time. It's like you need like Hugh Jackman, love you.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you need a.
But
you need
he
a
can dance.
you need a comedian. Because also too, it's like some of those shows, as I understand, is like some every once in a while it's live and they got a riff or they got to play off something like that's
yeah.
something comedians like like they're comfortable in that space. Like okay,
Right.
like I need a minute, give me a minute. You're
Whoopi
like
Goldberg. If you look at Whoopi Goldberg, Robin
would be
Williams,
nice
Billy
to see
Crystal,
her.
Right.
all
Yeah,
no,
Billy
they used
Crystal did a
to.
lot.
Yeah,
They used
Billy
to.
Crystal. They did it. I mean, they make it a more entertaining show, and that's what I'm saying. It's like if you look at comedy movies, and I hope that we all get comedy. I want to produce. I'm producing, so I'm at an age where I'm like, yo, I want just to check. Y'all go
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
I've been lucky. I produced some stuff that did all right. So the thing is, comedy movies don't get nominated for Academy Awards. It's rare. And comedy, every actor I've ever met said comedy's one of the hardest things to do.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
That's-
They don't get it.
But they don't.
They don't-
Hangover was supposed to get nominated, didn't?
Yeah.
What was it? Eddie Murphy killed it,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my opinion.
With talking to
All of
tennis
my
ball.
shit I'm saying for y'all, if y'all watch this and be like, yo, this motherfucker be wildin'. In my opinion, Eddie Murphy's Nutty Professor, he killed that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, he killed it, and didn't get nominated. Like comedy doesn't get nominated, but a motherfucker, if he's in a wheelchair and he just came from Vietnam and he got half his head blown off,
And he's a slave.
and he's a slave,
Gotta be a slave.
If
Gotta
he's
be
a
a
slave,
slave. Gotta be a slave.
then
And you-
A handicapped slave.
Yeah.
a handicapped slave who can't read.
Can't read.
Yeah, it's like
A handicapped slave that plays football.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, Oscar.
That's an Oscar.
That's an Oscar.
I think Eddie.
I think he killed it.
I
on
think,
Nutty
I
Professor.
think he was amazing, like in that. But I think, and people don't understand too. I'm like, you're doing comedy, not even in front of a live audience. So you're going out just to revive, like you know what I'm saying, like, and you're waiting for it to. So that's harder, even harder that you don't have like instant reaction to see where if you're going in the right direction. They just got to put it down in front of a crew, whatever, and then it turned out still funny. I think that's so hard. Yeah, super.
I
hard.
went to see it in a movie theater when it was packed. I felt like
sure
I
it
was
was funny
watching
on
a
paper,
comedy
though.
set.
Yeah.
Because it was getting applause breaks. It was getting huge laughs. When he
Yeah.
did Cletus, come on, Cletus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I take this knife, I put it right in your butt. People
Yeah,
was
yeah.
losing it. And I
So
don't
funny.
mean black folks. This was white folks and Latino
So funny.
folks. Because I would have seen in New York where it was everybody, Dominicans, Puerto Rican. It was like a Benetton ad of audiences. And people walked out and go, that's one of the funny movies I've ever seen. Crying, dude.
Yeah, that was classic.
You know what I'm saying?
what movie
Hangover
was actually
too.
really good. Most recently was House Party. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see
You're
it.
the only
I-
person.
Oh, you know
I'm
what?
so sorry.
You know
I'm so
what?
Heard
sorry
it
that
was
people hated it.
not good.
I didn't see
I'm
it.
so sorry that was people's
Was it
opinion.
funny?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was silly. I thought it was outlandish. I
Good.
thought it was creative.
Well,
I thought it was
good.
unique. I thought the selection of the casting. I thought I enjoyed seeing them too in the casting. I thought the shit was hella left. I
Right.
didn't expect any of it.
It might
but it
go-
was
it
my
might-
type of. It was some shit I would write. This shit was just like.
Oh, and it might have went over a lot of people's heads.
It might.
It went
might have
over,
a cult
but it was fucking
following once it
hilarious.
gets to
Well,
HBO
like
Max.
HBO Max or
Yeah.
Netflix, because Netflix picks up stuff that might not have hit at the theaters,
Right.
And then,
Man.
and
But
then
I think it's a
hits-
Warner Brothers movie, so
It's
most
Warner Brothers.
likely it'll be on HBO Max.
Yeah, because
They got
HBO
that.
Max, HBO Max does. But like, have you ever seen a movie that was old and it's all of a sudden it's like the rage?
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll give you an example. There's one called Squid Games.
Yeah, yeah, that's a shit.
Movie as a series, right? But check this out. That was that dude tried to get that on for 11 years. That shit is old.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I did know he didn't write more because he didn't prepare to be so successful.
He didn't think it was going to be.
He didn't know it was going to be a hit. He was like,
Wow.
wait,
Huge hit.
They just shot the sequel, I believe.
Octopus-
season
Octopus
two.
Oh,
Game?
they have? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Octopus Game.
Shut up.
That's what he just said. That's hilarious.
Octopus games? Yeah.
Octopus Game.
We already went through the Squid
They
Game.
evolved.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
evolved. Them
That's-
niggas
No,
is octopuses
but
now.
like those kind of things, like
Calamari Game.
Calamari game
game.
is funny. That's funny. The calamari game is funny.
if you look on that table, there's some lemon and some spices.
Calamari is a funny
Oh,
word.
that is a
Calamari
great.
game
That
is
would be a
funny.
great little spoof.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
The
The
calamari
Calamari
game.
game.
You do like an all black version.
Yeah.
Calamari games.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
We done came up with some heaters on this.
Listen,
Two shows. He didn't.
Sketch idea.
Listen.
Two shows.
Two shows.
Y'all
That'd be
know
so
I'm always
funny.
down the
Calamari
clown,
game.
so let me know.
But
Yeah,
okay,
Adidas
like
sweatsuits.
I watched this show before, and again, the one I watched, because I watched the one with Vaughn and London and G and her and him.
G-Thang.
G-Thang.
G thing.
Yeah, G-Thang and them were going back and forth. I know that shows like that like make you get more following when you have conflict.
Yeah, we ain't getting them clips yet, but we getting to them.
Yeah, we get there, we
Like
get there.
where like
Yeah.
when the people in the room have conflict,
Yeah.
you can still say something that's entertaining without being and fuck you. Now I was obviously joking about Cancer Quincy,
Yeah.
which is what they call him in the streets.
We comedians. It's called fuck
It's
your
comedians.
feelings.
It's called fuck your feelings.
Anybody, hey, we comedians.
If you,
it's called
if
fuck
you
your
go home
feelings.
and go, I'm hurt, then you're a little
That's the
yogurty.
point. That's the point of the
That's
podcast.
the
We
point. But like,
comedians.
you can still be entertaining without. I feel like when I watch those, you said the reality shows where the women are all, where they rounded up at the end, like the final of Black Ink, and all the women are fighting each other and stuff. My ex used to love that shit, right? And I would sit there going, "Oh my God, white people are saying this shit." It used to hurt me in my chest, going, "We don't all act like that. Why? Can you show some image of us where we're not like that?"
Right.
I wish there was more images that's why there's backlash and they put more hood shit. If you notice, it's like Snowfall and it's more drug dealer shit of us.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
look at the percentage of people that actually deal drugs, it's not us. It's
I mean-
actually another race.
We glamorize it though.
When I was
That's what-
pitching
Yeah.
shows, like a lot of my stories, they didn't want either. And I was trying to tell them, like, well, I have had different walks of life, but I
Yes.
don't want to talk about that because you got that. You know what I'm saying? Rather,
Right.
let's talk
What
about
were you trying
that.
to say? What was the character about? Or like,
I mean,
or
it was
idea?
genuinely just like relationships. I mean, we were doing something along the lines of like a female, Martin, but the storyline was,
Can you make them sell drugs?
I was exactly.
Right.
It was I was too successful. I was like, they were
Yeah.
like saying things like, well, could my ex be, involved in like maybe some criminal activity? I was like,
when do the kilos come in?
No,
When does the kilos
not
come
what
in?
happened. It was
Right.
him like, this
But
is how
did
it
you,
went.
Did you like
so.
Insecure? Did you guys like Insecure?
I've never seen
Most
it.
of it.
I love most of Insecure,
Saw one
but
episode.
once again, it was. I think every black woman has a different walk of life,
Mm-hmm.
So whereas I love Issa's story, there were
Issa,
a lot.
yeah.
There were a lot of areas that I could not relate because just my walk of life was a little different.
Right.
Some of the core stuff, cool, but I was excited to put something out that I felt like, an audience of women, with whom I grew up with, like would probably the story
Would like it and
would like it
yeah.
and resonate with it. But it was, I grew up with a lot of women that were dating a lot of athletes. And,
That'd be a good show.
And I tapped into that field too for a little bit. So it was just, and I met a lot of women along that,
Right.
kind of like the Basketball Wives type of thing, but
Right.
more so a scripted rather than.
Then reality, yeah.
Well,
And-
I said on another podcast, before verification checks, if you dated an athlete in high school,
Yeah.
he was verified.
Yeah.
Like if you was an athlete, you was verified.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
But it was
I
just
mean-
some funny stories in the game of that world that I
Right.
wanted to like comedically highlight. And they wasn't fucking with it,
Wow.
They don't
Yeah.
fuck with a lot. Man.
There's
I
a
be
show
pitching shit.
called
They don't be fucking-
Harlem
Oh
that-
yeah, I heard that's good. It's good.
It's that one is female centric,
is.
and I do like the fact I'd like to see more shows like that get the publicity push because the general consensus of it is they like it.
It's Forrest Whitaker. That's his show, right?
Yeah.
Isn't Forrest Whitaker on that show? Harlem?
I think so.
Or
No.
Oh, it's about the women.
Yes.
The women. I know what you're talking about.
No, that's Godfather of Harlem.
Godfather
That's
of Harlem,
the one
yeah.
with Forrest Whitaker.
Right.
Another gangster thing, but I get it.
No, but Harlem, I know what you're talking about.
Shameless plug.
Go for it. Yeah, we about to get out of here. What y'all?
actually-
Shameless plug your shit.
Go
I'm
for
so
it.
happy you brought that up because my mission in general was the fact that I felt like we were represented so horribly on television that I would go places and the intimidation from other races, like merely from me just saying what the wrong way because they thought maybe I'm gonna throw a glass at them or this and that. I had to learn that from my white friends. Like,
wow,
hey,
how to
you
throw
know,
a glass properly?
yeah, and but honestly, there was this presentation that they thought that black women were, and so they're like, if we're getting in a confrontation with you like this, they had this expectation that we were gonna fight. Like they were like, yeah, she could probably beat me up because on this, that's what happens. I mean, obviously, there's ignorance all revolved in all
completely,
but I started these things called Boss Lady Retreats for this particular.
That's a dope
mission.
name.
Yeah.
And the Boss Lady Retreats have been formed, and they're now featuring a lot of boss ladies in the business. We do them for networking purposes.
Can we apply to?
Yeah.
What you say?
Boss lady.
Can we?
Spring?
I'm joking.
But and in travel, we are now like traveling the world doing these retreats as well.
Wow.
Soon it will be able to be available to the public. Where more women that are looking
You filming
to become
it?
a boss lady. Yeah.
See, I think I'd watch that.
So what I do in particular is I also do a lot of comedy sketches while I'm there. So we just did one in Vegas. And, you know, I wrote this thing about getting a tattoo in Vegas. And, you know, it was just this whole concept with these beautiful women, you know, popular women. I had Ashley Everett, who actually is Beyonce's dance captain, you know, girl with the red hair. If
I know
you've seen her.
Ashley Everett. Light skin?
Light skin,
I
yeah.
met her a long time ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she hopped on board. Like a lot of these faces that just people, you know, don't see all the time together. We're coming together and we're doing a lot. We're doing a fitness event this year. So I'm really excited about it because there is unity that can happen with women.
Right.
And I'm hoping that this, you know, this movement will expand and essentially be like a sorority. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, are you a boss lady? Yeah, I'm a boss lady. So yeah.
Get together.
I love that.
Yeah. So yeah.
We learned a lot on this show.
Yeah, straight up.
We learned about STD court.
Yeah.
STD court. We gotta do that.
We got 4 different movie ideas.
Calamari
Calamari games, which would be the hood version of Squid Games.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so funny.
The Calamari games.
So funny.
So no, I feel like I fucked with Justin on like I literally was I would send you messages and I thought he probably thinks I'm weird.
Nah.
When he was like showing his shit, his music, I was like, yo, because I already knew you as a stand-up.
Right.
He wants you to spit something right now.
No,
That's what he
I'm
said.
just saying, but like the difference, it's like, oh, I know him as a stand-up. I'm like, oh, I didn't know he did that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Put
So-
that beat on, producer.
No, but no, for real. So like when I see like, and I already told you was like a while ago. I said, man, this motherfucker funny.
Yeah.
Not that I'm the end all be all funny. I have no clue half the time what the fuck I'm doing. I'm stunned that I'm still afloat as a stand up. I mean, I do have strong sets. Let's be real with that
He's
motherfucker.
always killing.
Don't get it twisted, nigga.
I remember Shang watching. Man, I remember watching you when I was like younger.
Yeah, I've been
like,
doing it for a minute.
And like, but it was like I just remember like it's crazy that even in the same room. But
I quit.
watching
People thought I quit, and I didn't fall off. I was on a forced vacation from the government.
Oh,
I was
IRS.
No. Something else.
Okay.
Something
And were you
else.
in Atlanta when it happened?
I was no.
All right, I know a lot of stuff go down in
How long you was
Atlanta.
away for?
2 years, 6 months.
Damn.
That's not bad.
But look at you
You
now.
look good though.
It was so it was like people thought, oh man, that fell off. I'm like, no, I didn't really.
No,
That wasn't the thing.
It's it.
Now I realize that because my first thing was you're not gonna listen to me as a black man for my intellect or intuitions, but you will hear these hands. So I knew that I was a fucking knucklehead. My first response was violence.
Yeah.
This will shut you up. Violence will shut you up.
Yeah. My
And
brother-
now I realize that that's just the dumbest shit
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah. You go to jail.
I wish you could talk to my brother. My brother's all about
Literally.
My brother's all about that.
Oh my bad.
Your brother?
What you said, Mark?
I wish you could talk to my brother, my older brother, that he was any argument or any kind of conflict within like a matter of like 30 seconds, he's like, fuck all this talking. What them hands talking about?
Yeah, that's how my brother was.
He's like, yo, what them hands talking about? I ain't trying to hear nothing else come out your mouth.
That's not me now. I'm old. But I'm saying when I was young.
Matter of fact, man, it's my brother's birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
He died.
Happy birthday.
He died.
What?
Damn.
But it's his birthday.
We gotta work on sliding that.
Wow,
in.
yeah, you gotta lead with that.
But he was a knucklehead too. That's what made me think of. But it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Javon. I just wanted to timestamp this.
Yeah, my brother died last November.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, we like to bring this podcast on.
Bring that like a plane.
And by the way,
boom! I like to crash the plane when I land. You know,
I hit a bushel of kittens.
Right.
Well, now that we're talking about it, I'm just kidding.
I like to kick babies in the forehead. You know,
Okay, who hasn't liked to kick a baby in the forehead?
My grandmother. It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
What's y'all socials?
Oh, you can
And what y'all
follow
got
me
coming up?
at MISSJAYDMV.
My bad. Say that again. I was talking over you.
MISSJAYDMV. I got a great opportunity that I'm working on right now. A dope R&B artist named Kevin Ross just recently hired me to write and assistant direct his next music video.
Nice.
So,
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm flying out in about a week. Wrote the concept already.
Nice.
This is something very new to me. This will be like my first creative direction, I guess.
That's good
credit.
shit, though.
You should
He's
work Boss
also
Lady.
asked me to act in it as well, so I'll be presenting some of my characters.
Right.
So
Boss Lady. Do the Boss Lady in the music video.
in the music video.
Find a way to get it in there.
I'm gonna see. Maybe it's just a shirt or something. I'll have a
yeah.
tag in there somewhere.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so look out for that soon. Kevin Ross music video. Look my way. Yeah.
There you have it. Murph.
David Murphy is my name. At my name is Murph. It's my handle, and I'll be, I guess, doing some dates. I kind of feature sometimes for Eric Griffin, so
Nice.
wherever he tells me.
That's dope. I feel you.
Now, the way you so enthusiastic
Yeah,
about that.
wherever he tells me.
Whatever happens, hopefully I won't get hit by a car. Like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Go where the check is.
Yeah, hype your shit up, nigga.
Yeah, man. Check me out.
Check
Some
me
of
out.
these
I'm
different
gonna be doing this,
cities.
man.
Yeah, right.
First off, man.
I don't want to go. Like I'm just kidding.
And Shane, what you got? I mean, what's your socials? Or
Yo,
they can
make sure
find you?
if y'all listen, I want y'all to do me a favor. If y'all don't follow me on Instagram, I need y'all to follow me on Instagram at comedian Shang, SHANG. And again, there's two different ones. Mine is with the blue check. I got the blue check, and the other nigga don't. So follow me at comedian Shang. Go to my website, IamShang.com for my dates. I got a bunch of dates coming up. And go to Amazon Prime and Apple TV. I got a comedy special called Shangri, live in New York. And if you get a chance, watch the special. We got a 5-star rating, 99% audience approval. And I'm about to hit 1 million views.
Oh, nice.
So
You heard
There
me
you
say it.
go.
You heard, hey man, that's why we do this, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the links, man. Share the clips. Hey, and if you've been offending, I'm your man Justin Hires, man.
Yeah.
And we drop these every Sunday. And check out the In My Feelings episodes also. That's just me by myself being all up in my feelings about a different subject every week. So y'all check those out. And if you've been offended by anything that we said today, just remember one thing. Fuck your feelings.
Want me down, I get it. Hate that I keep winning. Stab my back, it's tempting.